Damo.
I'm cool. I'm Just.
And we are Financially Lit.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to Financially Lit. My name is Damo.
I'm cool. I'm Just.
And we are Financially Lit. Episode 6. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We have a very special guest with us today, Jonathon Wheeler of Northwestern Mutual. Pleasure to have you on the show, Jonathon.
Yeah, pleasure to be here. Been watching you guys a lot and like what you guys are doing, so appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate that. So just a little bit of a background on Jonathon and what he does. I communicated a little bit with him. I know you communicated a little bit with him. But if Jonathon, you want to explain to our viewers exactly what you do?
So what I do, I'm a financial advisor. Really what I do is just help people achieve financial security through risk management needs, wealth accumulation, and tax efficiency. So
Okay.
That's pretty high level what I do. Let me go a little bit more in depth on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk about risk management. Essentially what that is, covering all the what ifs of life. What happens if you get sick, injured, disabled, how are you still going to see a paycheck?
Mm-hmm.
Then when it comes to investing, talking about the risk of the stock market. You know, if you've been paying attention to the stock market, it's been down
it's
the last couple months.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. Yeah. There's been some good days, but over like the past 6 months, overall it's been down.
Okay.
So talking about our plan behind that, how do we have savings not correlated to the stock market, because you don't want to pull money out of the stock market when it's at a loss. So
Right.
essentially, how do we have savings outside of the market, and then we let the market rebound, then we pull money from there.
Okay. Now, is it smart during the coronavirus to just let your stocks just sit until the economy recovers more?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know I have a lot of day trading friends, and so like they're like, as soon as they see red or a little bit of a loss, they ready to pull it instantly. So it's the smart thing to do is, because the economy is going through what it's going through right now, just to allow your stocks just to sit for a while, just to see how it reflects as the economy starts to rebuild. Okay.
So we always play the long-term game for financial planning, because I mean, if you put in $100 today, and in a year, if a second wave of coronavirus, it might be only worth $50, so you don't really accomplish anything. But over the say 15 years, you've always made money in the stock market if you leave your money in the market for 15 years.
Okay, right.
Oh yeah.
So
A lot of them
you
stocks ask you what you want to do before you sign up.
Yeah.
So you
short term,
gotta be thinking long term.
Yeah.
Because that short term, maybe you'll flip a couple $100, but
Yeah.
if you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in the stock market, you gotta be thinking long term.
Okay. Mine's is more so long term. What I invest in a lot is more the essential things, like healthcare, technology, gas, oil, gold mining, stuff like that. What do you think are some effective companies to invest in?
So
Well, not specifically the companies, but
Right.
like the actual industries.
yeah, so specifically what we do, we just look at like U.S. large cap, which is essentially just all the big companies in America that are proven they're gonna make money, like Apple, Amazon, Starbucks,
Yeah.
Google. Like you can't go wrong investing in
Yeah.
those companies.
Actually, I hate that I didn't invest into Apple when it crashed the first time, because it was at like $100 a share, and now it's up to like $350 a share
right.
within like 2 months. That's like one of my little regrets right there. I should have invested into Apple, but yeah, that's definitely a big one, because that's one will always be around.
Right.
You know, so
And they're always gonna go up because they drop phones every
yeah,
year or
who
two.
don't want an iPhone?
Right.
You know, so you gotta think about stuff like that.
And then AirPods, Apple just got too much going on. iPads, MacBooks, like it's always gonna go up. Whether
Apple
people
Music.
stop, Apple Music,
Right.
they got their foot in everything, so it's always gonna go up.
So what do you think about like healthcare and stuff like that? Are those big industries too? As
Oh
well?
yeah, because that's never gonna go away. Like it's proven right now.
Yeah.
It's super important. So
Yeah. Especially with them trying to like find vaccines for coronavirus and stuff like that.
healthcare, real estate, investing,
Real estate.
even financial services. What I do, investing in that, because that's not going away either. We're actually doing really good right now, because people are thinking about, how do I invest? What happens to me if I'm out of work? Like, how do I still see money and stuff? So,
Okay. Now, do we go directly through you? Because I know, like, for me, like, I use an app. I use Robinhood.
Mm-hmm.
So like, how do they specifically invest with you guys into the stock market?
So I guess we use other companies. So we typically use like Growth American Funds.
Okay.
They're their own company, but we basically just broker with them, and we actively manage accounts through them though.
Okay.
Because we don't actually handle like cash and stuff.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, so essentially what it is just we do like mutual funds. Like instead of investing in just one company, we're gonna invest in, real estate, U.S. large cap, small companies that are emerging, international companies. And if you just invest across everything, like diversify your portfolio, you're gonna make money. Versus just putting money into one basket, kind of just diversifying, you're gonna make money.
And how early do you think people should start this and thinking about investing into their future?
I would say the earlier the better, honestly, because I'm not sure if you guys heard of like compounding interest. So a good example is say you save $2,000 a year from 25 to 35, that'll end up being $20,000. But by the time you're 65, it ends up being $235,000. You've only saved $20,000 because you started saving earlier, though.
Yeah.
You just let it sit. It's gonna accumulate so much more money. Versus if you started saving from 35 to 45, you save $4,000 a year, so $20,000. That is gonna be less still. Yeah. So the earlier you can start saving and investing, the better, because compounding interest is just gonna take it over for you.
Okay.
And that's how people start, accumulating $1 million over their lifetime.
Alright, so I thought about like looking for a bunch of like startup companies or companies that's like basically just getting running. What's some things to look for when you invest in small startup companies, like to see if they're gonna take off or not, if you can tell?
So yeah, that's I don't really know if you can tell for that because that's risky,
Yeah.
Like it's high risk but high reward as well.
Right.
So I mean, I guess if they're just a good company you believe in, you think they're doing a good thing that nobody else is, I mean, I would try it.
So it's basically just a watch and see type of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, we don't really, again, we don't put our eggs in one basket.
Right.
We diversify and say that company does well, that's awesome for your portfolio.
Right.
If not, it doesn't really affect it that much.
And you pretty young. So
yeah, 21.
Yeah, 21, and he's doing it. Like you said, the younger the better. So like straight out of high school, you would think to start investing into yourself and thinking about
what got you into doing this?
Yeah, I don't know. I just started the internship.
Well, you went to an internship?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
nice.
My dad's friend, he's a financial advisor, and I just always saw like his lifestyles. Like this dude's like fucking 40, and like just racking in $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
Like what did he do? So I went and like job shadowed him. And I was like, I think this is something I want to do. Like he's his own manager. He does whatever he wants basically.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
But he's also still improving people's lives. Like,
yeah,
I think it's awesome.
And he's still young.
He's still
40.
He's
still 40. He's still got time to go.
Right. And
he's already
set. Like,
I like and I can appreciate that even at your age, you're thinking about financial literacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole goal of Financially Lit is to start young. You know, because it's not taught in the school systems, which it should be.
Right.
And I can thank you for sure, give you your flowers right now, because you're actually not even just for us, but you're educating on our platform as well. So I could definitely appreciate that.
I appreciate the exposure.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about like 401ks?
So yeah, I think 401ks are good to an extent. What people don't think about though is there's other tax efficient areas that we could save money. So like, talk about a 401k, it's tax deferred, but it's actually taxed when you pull that money out in retirement. So what do you guys think is going to happen to taxes in the future? Go up, down, or stay the same?
It's going to definitely go up.
Right, so that's our thinking. So it's not necessarily bad if the company is matching. I would utilize it because it's free money that they're giving you. But outside of that, there's more tax efficient areas we can save money. Because in retirement, you don't want to be paying 30-35% to Uncle Sam.
Exactly.
Versus have you guys heard of a Roth IRA?
Yes, I was about to ask you about that.
Yeah, so that's tax-free income in retirement.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good deal from the government, but as you know, not the
Because
government doesn't always have good deals.
I've actually been thinking about that because, like, well, my 401k plan, my company, the company I work for, actually matches. So that's the kind of benefit to it. But then at the end of the day, you're taxing off of something I've been putting towards myself all these years.
Yeah.
I could have just put that somewhere else
Right.
and just had it all.
Right.
So that's why I was thinking about the ROA.
The Roth IRA.
Roth IRA, yeah.
Because if you have like $1 million in a 401k, it's taxed at 35%. That's only $650,000.
Yeah.
Versus $1 million in a Roth is actually
$1 million.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a huge difference that people don't think about. They're just like, oh, I'm gonna keep putting percentage in every year in my 401k, and I'm like, that's the last thing you should do because that's just gonna be taxed so bad.
And two people have actually lost money in their 401ks due to the coronavirus. So it's like, dang, I've been put so much money into this, and it's just gone. Like, I ain't even spend nothing. I ain't do nothing. Like, it's just gone.
What I say about that though is not to like panic too much because you're not gonna retire tomorrow, and there's nothing wrong with the stock market right now. Like systematically, everything's okay. The only thing wrong is coronavirus. Like people can't leave their house and buy stuff. That's why the market's down. But as soon as it comes, like, we're free. It's gonna go back up.
It's gonna go right back up. Okay.
And then even higher because people have been cooped up. They're gonna be wanting to spend.
Extra spending. Yeah.
That's why it's a good time to actually invest.
Buying boats.
It's gonna rebound. Huge.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I need to look more into the stock market then.
Yeah. Okay. And with the 401k, the earliest you can utilize it is 59.5. So without taxes and penalties.
Yeah.
Versus there's other areas that we save too. Obviously a Roth. Are you guys familiar with like cash value life insurance at all?
Yes.
How that even works? So yeah.
I'm not sure how it works, but I am familiar with that name.
Okay, so that's something I specialize in as well. Essentially, what that is, that's what I was talking about. The savings account outside of the stock market. So how that works is it's a long-term savings account. So there's a 7-year accumulation period up front. But then after that, it grows 5 to 6%, not tied to the stock market. So essentially what happens, we take the stock market risk the first 7 years and guarantee that it's going to grow 5 to 6%. So that's what we utilize for down markets in retirement. Because say if you were in retirement right now, you either had to work longer or live on less money. And if you didn't have any cash. So nobody wants to do either of those. So that's why we say,
people get mad when they got to work longer.
Right. So like, it's not really saving any more money, but just like, how do we make sure we have a 401k, a Roth, and cash value life insurance? So we can make like a bulletproof plan, because you want to utilize the 401k when taxes are low, stock market's doing well, a Roth when taxes are high because it's tax free and the stock market's doing well, and then you want to use the cash value account when the stock market drops because it's not correlated to it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So that's how you make like the bulletproof plan to make sure that you're never taking money at a loss. Because you don't want to take money at a loss in retirement, because it just drops even further your account.
Right. Okay.
That's how people end up living in retirement.
Okay.
They'll live from 65 to 85, and they've actually made money through retirement while pulling out $100,000 every year. Like, and then you can be 85 and still have $1 million in your portfolio.
Right.
Wow.
Like have more money than you even know what to do with. Like.
Wow. So what's some, like, if I wanted to be a client for you guys, what are some steps into doing that?
So typically, my first meeting with people is just getting to know them, see what they got going on. Then I tell them a little bit more about what I do, see what makes sense for them, and then in the second meeting, I come back with recommendations based off of their income. Certain percentages, like say 5% into a cash value account, 5% into a Roth, because the goal is to save about 20% for everyone, and then obviously like 10% in their own savings account. But then I manage 10% for them for their long-term, mid-term, and short-term or retirement goals.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it's different for everyone. But yeah, it's pretty much the process, just kind of figuring out what makes sense to them, going through like an in-depth interview with them, basically.
Do you ever turn down anyone?
No.
I
talk to anyone that follows me.
Yeah. That's good though. That's good.
Right.
I talk to anyone.
Because essentially everybody needs help.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
even
And everyone's situation's different.
everyone. Yeah.
Right.
I never charge people for my time either.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
Because like some people, like attorneys or CPAs, like you meet with them for an hour and they're like, all right, $150 invoice coming your way.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't ever charge people for my time. I get paid enough through fees and commissions. All I ask is when I meet with people that they introduce me to other people, so I can keep building my
Networking.
business.
Yep.
Nice way to think about that.
Yeah. That's a blessing in itself. So why wouldn't they bless you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not charging me at all for your time. So I'll send you to the next person.
Some people are
too.
weird about it though.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I get it, but
yeah.
at the same time, like it's like, did I do anything to offend you in this meeting?
Right.
Like, is there anything that I did bad? Because if there is, tell me. But if not, I'd like to get introduced.
It could be
to
some
someone.
people just don't want to hear, or they just don't care, so they'll just
Right. Some
whatever
people
you're
just
saying.
don't
Once
care.
you got their face, that's it.
Yeah. Some people just don't care.
Yes, yeah.
Sucks. I've ran into
I
that
think
a
that's
couple
what it
times.
boiled down to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sucks because I'm so passionate about it. I'm like,
That's
come on,
good,
let me
though.
help you.
Yeah, you told me like you were what, top 10 in rankings or something?
Yeah, for the internship.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we have like 2,500 interns, and I was number 10 in the company.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, you
Y'all might want to get with him
Right.
because
Yeah,
he know
for sure.
it. Yeah, he's 21. He young. He know exactly what to do with our investments. Like I said, I can appreciate that, man. When you told me you were 21, I was shocked. I was like, we were talking on the phone for about a half hour, 45 minutes. I'm like, how old are you, man? He's like 21. I'm like, get the out of here. Like 21, I'm 30, so.
You got straight to it.
Yeah, you got straight to it, which is smart because, like I said, it's supposed to be taught in the school system, and it's not. And because it's not, people don't find out about this stuff till later on in life when they're 10, 15 years about to retire, and now they're thinking about it where they could have been thinking about this at 20, you know, and then you got 30 years of savings.
I always hear that too. Like, I wish I started this sooner. I wish my parents started something like this for me. I'm talking about like college savings and stuff. I'm like, I know.
Now,
like,
is there any like qualifications?
Internship.
You mean for my position or?
No, specifically for your clients.
For my clients? No, not really.
No qualifications. Okay.
Only thing is like, say for like disability insurance. Excuse me. Essentially, what that is, we'll pay you a monthly benefit if you get sick, injured, disabled. Sorry. The only thing is that you have to make $20,000 a year for that.
Okay.
But again, that doesn't come with everyone's plan.
Mm-hmm.
If it makes sense though, they have, if they're scared of what happens if I get injured, what's the plan B behind that? That makes sense for a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what if someone wanted to be in your shoes? How would they go about that? Is it something you have to go to college for?
Yeah. So if you want to be a financial advisor, you have to get a 4-year degree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta get a bachelor's in either accounting, finance.
How long was your internship?
1 year.
1 year.
Okay.
Not bad, though.
Where'd you graduate from?
U Toledo.
Okay. What year?
Just this year.
Okay, I might have seen you on campus coach. I just graduated in 2018, so.
Oh really?
Yeah. So okay. I just wanted to know because a lot of people don't know that maybe there's probably like a 6-month program or something.
No, I double majored in accounting and finance. So.
Oh yeah, you know what you talking about, dude.
Top 10.
Yeah, he top 10 for a reason. Okay.
He put in that work.
Is there any something important that you would like to express out to the people at all? That maybe we don't get the luxury of knowing, knowledge-wise.
I would say just paying attention to how things are taxed when you're investing, because a lot of times people don't think about that. And then also not overlooking risk management side of things. Like I said, it's not fun to talk about, but talking about life insurance, what happens if you pass away? How do you continue your legacy, basically. Again, disability insurance, how do you make sure if you get injured, you still have a plan B, you still have an income coming in, that way, you know, the first thing that happens, if you get injured, you're probably going to stop saving money. So we don't want to derail our financial plan because of that.
Right.
So yeah, that's probably the two biggest things, honestly.
Okay. Anything?
Pretty much summed it up.
Well, how can we reach you? Social media or?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Johnny Wheeler 23. I message a lot of people on there. Also Facebook, Jonathon Wheeler. You know, you guys can put my email and stuff or phone number in the bio or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely put your information in. Well, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Yes,
Thank you for your continual love and support. Again, Jonathon Wheeler from Northwestern Mutual. In light of what's going on out here with the coronavirus and in honor of George Floyd, we want to tell everybody to be safe. We hear you guys. We love you guys. And equality for us all. Over and out. My name is Damo.
I'm Coop.
I'm Just.
And we are Financially Lit.